So I'm with Shawn Smith, who's got a crazy story to tell about what happened to him. It's a sad, crazy story, and it could happen to any one of us. And I just want him to tell the story so it doesn't happen to you. And with that said, Shawn, share the story of what happened to you and why.
Well, I've been known I needed to buy silver for a long time, since actually the Great Recession, because it affected all of us greatly, me as well. And during that time, I'm like, I really don't understand what money is, and I really started researching what it is and what it means to me and what's behind it. And I found out those aren't good answers, because money is only trust and reliability, and it's not based on anything, our current day money. So so I see the stimulus acts and all this stuff with COVID. I'm like, this fiat currency that I learned about is what the U.S. notes are, the Federal Reserve notes. And I realized it's time for me to buy some silver to get going. So last summer I started buying some.
So hold on, before you start telling me that. So you physically could see what was happening to your life with the dollar, the purchasing power of the dollar. It was decreasing, and you was trying to figure out how to hedge against that inflation, and you decided to go with some gold and silver or something like that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I actually have a little presentation to show you what that is.
Okay, let's see.
Can you see the table here? I've got some bills that I collected years ago. Got into coin collecting, and I bought some bills at the same time too. And I really like these $2 notes. I love the artwork and things like that, so I bought these. And then I also, at the same time, I bought some of these older ones. These are from this is 1976. I really love the back from being in my childhood, from the artwork of the Declaration of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So, and then I got these notes here. They're from the 1950s, and they say different things on them. This says from the United States. This is the United States notes, and these are from the Federal Reserve notes. So what's the difference? Start you thinking.
Yeah.
So I've got two of those, and I have a $5 note. These are all U.S. Treasury notes. And then this one's actually a silver certificate note, $1. So I learned what the difference is. If I take a Federal Reserve note to the bank today and ask for $1, they're going to give me $1 in paper. But if I want a silver dollar, they're just going to laugh at me because it's not worth the silver dollar anymore. So, to represent, I got some silver here from what I started buying last summer. Okay, so these 1950 notes, I can take, if it's a 1950 because they're a U.S. Treasury note, I have the right to ask for silver dollar. So there's two for that one. There's two for that one. One for that one. And then this one's a $5 note. So you put 5 on there. 3, 4, 5. So I asked people, which would you rather have? You want the silver or the paper? Terry, what would you like?
I want the silver, because I know. Yeah.
You know it's worth more money.
Yeah.
And everyone says that. They just know automatically they'd rather have the silver. So why do you want the silver? It's worth more money.
So buy more.
Yeah. Can buy more. How much are these silver dollars worth?
$1.
They're worth $1. Well, this is worth $1 too, but you want the silver. Actually, these are going for around $30 to $40 a piece.
Yep, I think like $39 today.
So round up to 40. I got 10 of them. They're $40 a piece. How much money is there?
$400.
$400.
Yeah.
But it represents. So what's the problem? That is what inflation is, right here, right now. The silver holds its value where the paper dollars don't. And that's what we feel every time we go to the pump, every time we go to the grocery store. So last summer I saw this coming. I know it's coming because I learned that the Federal Reserves are fiat money, and that Nixon took us in, when he took us off the gold standard, he turned our money into fiat. In other words, it's backed by the power, the faith and confidence of the U.S. government. The dollar is gold, but we're learning the dollar is not gold. So I got these silver dollars that I bought off of Facebook. I saw a good ad last summer, and I got looking at them. And the funny thing, when they showed up, it took a while for them to get to me. And when they showed up, they came from China. I said, that's weird. Interesting. Why would they come from China? And then in one of the packages, it had there was a gold coin in it. And it came in this bag. Okay. And I better have my gold coin. There was a little gold coin. There it is. Right there. Little $5 gold coin. I'm like, I didn't order a gold coin. Why would they send me a gold coin? And at first I thought, wow, I got a bonus. I'm like, maybe I better do some more homework on this. So I did some research on YouTube with some people work in silver, and they say there's a lot of forgeries coming out there, scams of fake dollars, fake silver money. So he says you can get a magnet to see. So I got a magnet, and I checked my dollars, and they started collecting. So I spent that money on what I was buying silver, and it turned out to be fake.
Holy cow, because that looks official. Man,
it's heavy too.
Official. It came in this case?
No, it didn't come in that case.
All right.
But like I said, it came in little packages that were from China, and they were in a plastic case. I've taken them out of the case to protect them, and they look like they're proof quality. So I took it to a coin dealer when I was looking to buy some other silver, and he graded them as, that's a silver coin, I'll take it.
Really?
I'll offer you $34 at the time. So I could have sold this to him for $34, and they're that good. They're solid around here.
They look real to me.
They're proof quality.
They look real to me.
But they're not the same. So what I learned a hard lesson that it's very important where you buy your silver from. And this happened right about the time that you had talked to True, my friend True, and he had called me and told me about your the 7K program. And I'm like, that's the answer to my problem, because I'm not going to trust anyone. I need a reputable place to get them. And these things can be they're flooding our markets right now, and they can be passed as a good coin if someone's unaware of what they are. Even a coin dealer who deals with them every day.
Thought they were real.
Thought they were real.
So he could be passing them on to somebody else.
If I took the money, he'd pass them on to someone else.
Not knowing.
Not knowing. Because he just looked at it, it looks really good. It's kind of the same weight.
So the bottom line is, you got scammed a lot of money. You was trying to protect yourself from inflation, the devaluation of the dollar. You was trying to protect yourself. You found some great deals. You bought them, you spent good money, and you got scammed, you got cheated.
I got cheated.
And so the best way, the only real way, is to buy from a reputable dealer, and you are working with a reputable dealer. You've learned the lessons, and so if anybody wants to hear more about your story, how you got scammed and how now you're taking measures not to get scammed,
well,
how can they get a hold of you?
That's the rest of the story.
Okay, you got more of a story?
Because when I learned about 7K, I knew about the collectible MS-70 coins and the rating and the NGC rating from my history of collecting currency and coins. So I already knew about that, and I knew they're very valuable and they're hard to find, and that's what 7K offers, those high-rated coins. But then but my problem of not having silver but knowing I need to get silver in my possession and gold, you never put enough money together to buy a whole ounce.
Yeah.
Okay? But
That's a problem for everybody.
It's a big problem.
It's a huge problem for everybody because it takes money to buy real money, gold and silver. And the majority of us don't have that. And
so now for the 7K has a thing called the Sound Money Wallet, the little flyer right here, that allows people like myself, I can save gold and silver transferred from cash at a penny at a time if I wanted to. A quarter, 50 cents, a dollar, $20, $35, whatever about, because they've figured out a way to do it fractionally. So that allows me, I'm building up my gold reserves now incrementally as I can afford it. So my savings program is changing into the Sound Money Wallet that I didn't have before. And I didn't have a lot of savings because I know the dollar is worthless, so why save dollars?
yeah.
So that solves this problem. Now I can't wait to get my money in there because I know it's going to hold its value.
Yeah. So.
And the dollars I do have, I know they're going to zero or less. So it's time to take my dollars and get everything I can into gold and silver because this is worthless and we see it, we're feeling it. Our whole society is feeling it. I want to know anyone that drives by a gas station and doesn't check the prices every day, every half hour. You know what I mean? The prices are just going up because it's inflation.
Yeah, it's the gas prices, the grocery. Man, my wife tells me, she says, I can go to the grocery store and I spend $100 and not get nothing. Nothing what I used to get, you know? And everybody's feeling it. Everybody's feeling it.
So when I share this story with people and try to educate them, this education has been hidden from us. We don't understand financial education. We don't get a financial education in school. And I've presented this little object lesson to a lot of people, and everyone says most of the time, why have we not been taught this? Why do I not know this? And I'm like, well, that's a whole nother story. But Thomas Jefferson knows. He warned us about this. And I read this quote to people. Now, when I read the quote, I ask them, I want you to envision a homeless camp. You got a picture in your mind? Got it? So Thomas Jefferson said, if the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their currency, first by inflation, then by deflation, the banks and corporations that will grow up around the banks will deprive the people of all property until their children wake up homeless on the continent their fathers conquered. The issuing power should be taken from the banks and restored to the people, the Treasury. The banks are Federal Reserve, is our central bank now, should be restored to the people to whom it it properly belongs. Properly. I sincerely believe that banking establishments are more dangerous than standing armies, and that the principle of spending money to be paid by posterity. That means the principle of kicking the can down the road on these tax bills you see go through Congress that our kids and their kids are going to have to pay. That's what Thomas Jefferson warned us about. Under the name of funding, okay, we're funding bills by swindling the future, our future posterity on a large scale. Thomas Jefferson to John Taylor, 1816.
I didn't know he wrote that. That's powerful.
We've been warned.
About today.
We've been warned we'll end up homeless on the continent that they fought for, and we're their posterity. If we don't get a hold of our money and get back to where it needs, on sound money that they set up on gold and silver, because these guys, they knew, they lived the cycles in a bigger way than we know for ourselves right now. It's called the Continental Dollar, but you'll have to look that up yourself.
So if people want to hear more about your story, how you protected yourself, what you've learned, what you've researched, and how's the best way for them, you got an email address or something they can contact you with, or? They
can contact me. It's at cyclewithme@gmail.com, or they can go to my link to 7K Metals, which is, I'm hooked up with them to fix this problem at 7kmetals.com/Papa Bear.
And Shawn,
I'm the Papa Bear.
You're the Papa Bear. And thank you for sharing that story, because most people would be too embarrassed to share their story, you know, that they got scammed. They bought all this silver to hedge against inflation, and it turned out it wasn't real. They got scammed. And to me, it looks real.
I'm making lemonade out of lemons, and honestly, right now we're all getting scammed. So there you go.
Amen. And with that said, Shawn, that's a wrap, and thanks.
All right.